Okay, so 2018's Backlash is done. And it had an overrun because every event needs an overrun. So we'll get through this in blocks. The tag title matches. So the women's matches. Both of them were for respective belts. Nia Jax champion versus Alexa Bliss. I like the fact that Bliss went right for attacking the knees. Whenever she got a chance, kicking her in the head. Seemed like a plausible enough. But again, Nia Jax worked so much this match from underneath. It seemed really odd. Watching Bliss go for a power bomb was funny. Instead of going, I kick you in the leg and you fall from the second rope. Okay, not bad. The tossing her over the Nia going for a Vader bomb and you toss her over the top by Alexa Bliss. And Bliss like, I can't get her in the ring. And I was like, if you were to end this by a count out, and I'd be like, I beat you. But you're so big I couldn't get you back in the ring. Like, that's plausible enough. But bunch of outside breaks, finally gets her in the ring. Eat a Samoa drop, 1, 2, 3. Not a bad match. Serviceable enough. I don't know where they both go from here. Carmella Charlotte. I liked the opening pieces where Carmella's like, I don't need this, I'm the champ, I'm just gonna walk away. We're Charlotte hanging out like, hello. Get back in that ring. I'm gonna whoop you. And then we're seeing the whooper, and I'm like, okay, not bad. And then when you had Charlotte and Carmella, seriously at all. So Carmella would occasionally get an advantage just because Charlotte, overconfident, would blow a move. Went for the moonsault, missed the moonsault. Jams her knee, takes a super kick to the back of the leg, and then gets pinned. Okay. I guess. Odd way to do the match. Daniel Bryan, Big Cass. I'm waiting for Daniel Bryan to work with the guys that are closer to his size. He actually can work a really good match. And Daniel just looks so beat up when a match is done. You can tell he needs to get his ring skin back on him. Because he's always just like beaten up and pink and bleeding in the spots. And like, he needs to get a few more matches in him so his body toughens up again to take, bouncing off the ropes. But he made Big Cass tap. Cass didn't like that, even though tapping is a choice. And then Cass demolished him. Okay, keeps that one going. Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy. Would have been an amazing match 10 years ago. But Jeff needs a different dance partner. Jeff's kind of fast offense didn't mesh very well with Randy Orton. It's very slow, methodical. It made for an incredibly uneven match when they're both faces. Swanton later, Jeff retains. Okay. Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns. I think the crowd was just done. This was your main event. The opening segment where match hasn't even started yet and Joe's just demolishing Roman. I'm like, this should be good. Here we go. And then it becomes a very slow kind of plotting affair, which is the way Joe likes it. Joe likes to wear you down and beat you down and hold you in a move just to wear you down even more. The constant reversals into the Coquina Clutch were really good. I like that. These two have some good legs together. Roman gets in very, very, very little offense. Hits spear out of nowhere, 1, 2, 3. Now, so this was not like what felt like a half an hour for the over to make this match, and I was like, well, Roman's gonna go on to, I guess, face Lesnar again, but Joe's going to the SmackDown main event, which I'm like, that main event now, it's Styles, Nakamura, Bryan once he fully gets rid of Big Cass. And you've got Orton and Hardy on the outskirts of that. You got enough to actually make a solid main event card there pretty easily. And I was like, okay, well, that works. Joe's going on to the main event era, and Roman's going to go on to do whatever Roman wants to do on Raw. Not bad. The Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Owens, Zayn. We've seen it for the past couple of weeks in some form or fashion on Raw. Not worthy of a pay-per-view spot. Sami and Owen don't seem to get along again. They lose to the bigger, stronger team. It just... okay. I want to see Braun do something more. And Bobby Lashley needs something to do quickly, or he's going to be lost in the shuffle by SummerSlam. He'll be part of Titus Worldwide. Nakamura, AJ Styles. Brutal. I liked it. But no DQ matches that have a countout. There's a spot where Shinsuke's going for his Kinshasa. AJ throws a chair at his knee. The chair bounces off the knee and slams into AJ's face, making him bleed. And I was like, alright, here we go. And then we get to, since it is no DQ, Shinsuke's like, I crush your balls. And AJ's like, I crush your balls. And then they do a nice spot where they're both just in agony. So of course they're doing like leaning on each other, throwing elbows, throwing forearms, punches. There's nothing behind them because they're exhausted. And then they rear back. Double Taker special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, because when you have matches that was really good at WrestleMania, you can tell they're holding back. And then the Greatest Royal Rumble is a countout match, which was a good, middle ground. And then you end with this. It's match stuff was good, just that ending kind of took a lot out of the crowd. Elias being interrupted by The New Day. Being interrupted by Rusev Day. And then No Way Jose was stupidly sports entertaining. And then Bobby Roode shows up and attacks Elias. Crowd white hot for this. Because it was just goofy enough, but it got a lot of people involved and it was super entertaining. Super entertaining. And now, the last match. Arguably the match of the night. And it was the first one. Miz and Seth Rollins fight forever. This match was fantastic. If you watch Backlash, you can pretty much watch the opening match and then just stop. That match, wow. Multiple skull-crushing finales. Lots of reversals. Lots of just big, high-risk offense. Oh, so many times you're like, Miz is going to beat Seth freaking Rollins to take the title with him to SmackDown, put 2 mid-card titles on the show. Plus one has an action champion that shows up, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fake. But then a stomp out of nowhere, Rollins retains, and Rollins is on the way to having probably one of the absolute best years of any WWE wrestler. His April was, dare I say, phenomenal. and his May is starting off to an absolutely killer direction. Wow. Rollins has super come into his own, and this match was just match of the night. Don't even vote about it. This match was flawless, except of course for there was one partial botch. Miz kicks Rollins in the stomach. Rollins bends down. Miz goes to throw a punch at his face, but Rollins is bent down. I'm like, oh, closing to a botch that entire match, and it worked. Man, that's weird. You give Miz, a guy with a high work rate, and Miz seems to be able to match them fairly well. Which means that when we see Miz Daniel Bryan, it is going to be an absolute classic.